Hey everyone, welcome. Today, we're diving into something that trips up so many of us, the social media caption. We're going to break down a really powerful framework that's all about starting with a goal. This is going to totally change how you write captions, turning them from this chore, into a real conversion machine. Okay, let's get into it.
We have all been there, right? You've got the perfect photo, a great video, and you're just staring at that blinking cursor, completely stuck. This quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly captures that frustration. But the good news is, there's a system for this, and it all kicks off with one simple shift in how you think about the caption itself.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start by really nailing down the core problem. Then we'll walk through the solution step by step. We'll talk about setting your goal, defining your voice, writing a hook that actually stops the scroll, and then how to pull it all together. By the end, you'll feel way more confident about hitting that publish button.
All right, first up. So what is the real issue with most captions out there? Honestly, it's that we treat them like this last-minute creative writing assignment. We're so focused on being clever or funny that we completely forget their number one job, to get our audience to actually do something.
And this right here, this is the big aha moment. It's a total paradigm shift. You have to stop thinking of your captions as just decoration for your photo and start treating them like conversion copy. Every single caption needs a job, a clear objective, and a path for the reader to follow. This one change in mindset, it's the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about.
Okay, so let's get into the first practical step. Before you even think about writing a single word, you have to decide what you're trying to achieve. I mean, without a target, you're basically just firing arrows into the dark and, hoping for the best.
Look at this comparison. It's so important. More engagement isn't a goal, it's a wish. A powerful goal is a specific action from a real person. Do you want comments to get that early boost from the algorithm? Or maybe you want saves, which is a huge signal that your content is valuable. Or are you going for a high-intent click, even if it means a little less reach? The goal you pick literally shapes the entire caption.
So once you've got that outcome locked in, you decide on these 4 things. Who are you talking to? Cold audience or warm audience? It changes everything. Then you lock in the one pain point you're hitting, the one big idea they should walk away with, and of course, that super clear call to action. Getting this stuff right first means your caption has a solid structure, instead of just, tacking on a link in bio at the end and hoping for the best. All right, our goal is set. Now we have to make sure our message actually sounds like us, every single time. This is where we go way beyond just saying our brand is friendly and start building a voice that can actually scale. I just love this analogy. It's such a brilliant way to think about it. Your tone changes, right? One day you might be super excited, the next day a bit more serious. But your voice, that's your operating system. It's the core principles, the perspective, the thing that's always running in the background. It's what makes you sound like you in a sea of other posts.
And this is how you build that operating system. It's brilliant. Just think of these as 5 dials you can set for your brand. What's your unshakable perspective? What words just feel like you? And what words do you absolutely hate? That industry jargon that makes you cringe. By defining these, you're creating a repeatable framework that keeps you consistent, whether it's you writing, a team member, or even an AI.
Which brings us to this number. Get this, 91% of brands are already using AI for this stuff. That means having a documented voice framework isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It's essential. It is the only way you can use these amazing tools without sounding like a robot. Your voice becomes the instruction manual you feed the AI so it sounds like you. Okay, you've got a goal, you've got a voice. Now you need to earn the reader's attention in like a fraction of a second. This is the job of the hook. That first line of your caption, it does all the heavy lifting. Let this one sink in for a minute. The only job of your first sentence is to get them to read the second sentence. That's it. It's like this tiny little agreement you make with the reader. It doesn't have to explain the whole post. It just needs to spark enough curiosity to stop their thumb and earn that next moment of their time.
So how do you do that? Well, this table is your new best friend. Seriously. It gives you 5 killer hook types you can just cycle through. And notice how they're tailored for each platform. For Instagram's fast-paced vibe, a curiosity gap is perfect. But for LinkedIn, where you want to sound like a thought leader, a contrarian take really grabs people. This is a super practical toolkit you can literally start using on your very next post.
And here's why getting that hook right is so critical right now. By 2026, Gen AI is expected to produce almost half of all social media content. the feeds are only going to get louder and more crowded. Your ability to write a sharp, human, intriguing hook is what's going to make you stand out from that ocean of generic, automated posts.
All right, let's bring this all home. We've got our goal, our voice, and our hook. Now we just need to put it all together into a simple, repeatable workflow that you can actually stick to day in and day out.
This is the system in action. First, don't just write one caption. Generate a whole bunch of them. You're not going to fall in love with the first one. In fact, you'll probably find that only 2 or 3 out of 10 are even good. Your job is to find those gems and make them better. Then, a quick compliance check. Super important in fields like finance or health. And finally, batch your content. It's a lifesaver for staying consistent.
And this might be the most powerful takeaway from this whole thing. The magic isn't in coming up with the first draft. It's in the editing. That's your secret sauce. Take a good caption and make it great by hunting down all those vague, fluffy words like amazing or powerful and replacing them with specifics. Give people a number, a time frame, a price, a location. Specifics build trust and let people know instantly if what you have is for them.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. Your next post is going live soon. Forget about everything else for a second and just ask yourself this one simple question. What is the single, specific action you want your audience to take? If you start there, you are already well on your way to writing captions that actually work.